reason I am kind is because on my own, I am impatient and unkind, and I've asked Jesus to change me, and Jesus is changing me. You see, when you talk that way, all of a sudden people, they want to know that Jesus.
Right.
So I really want you to think about this, my friends. It is so important that we listen and we think critically when we hear things and say, was that really the truth? Because trust me, my friends, it is not true. When you die, you will not be doing any resting. You either will be living eternally in heaven with Jesus, and trust me, there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff going on in heaven, my friends. You all are invited to my mansion. Right now, you're invited to my mansion to come over, and we are going to celebrate what God has done. I believe that in heaven there will be animals. I believe that in heaven there will still be creating that will continue to happen. And I believe God is going to let us be involved in the creation. God created stuff. How do you think, if you're really good at creating stuff, why would you stop? Right? Why would God stop creating? No, He's going to continue to create. And it's going to be so amazing. But I guarantee you, you won't want to be doing any resting because you'll have a brand new body. And the reason our bodies have to rest now the way that they are is because of the fall. But when you have a brand new body, it's like you're not going to be sitting around going, oh, I'm so tired. I was creating all morning and I did this really cool thing and then I was rejoicing in the Lord over here and I just need to... That's not going to happen in heaven. And also in hell, there is no resting. There is no relief. You know, when you're going through life, there are certain decisions that are not that important, right? So today you're gonna get some food. And if you choose to have dessert or not, is it the end of the world? Do you want dessert? No, I'm okay for today. That's a small choice, no big deal. I cannot think of a bigger choice. The chasm. Chasm is a big word, which means a huge space between your decision of what you do with the person of Jesus Christ. Cannot be bigger. Eternal joy, fulfillment, wonderful rapture and praise. You think of the best day. Everybody close your eyes for a second. I want you to think of your best day. The best day that you ever had, where you just had so much fun with family or whatever it was that you were doing that was really fun. And as the day is coming to the end, usually what happens is there's this thought in your brain, oh man, tomorrow I got to go to work, or tomorrow I got to do this, I got to do that. In heaven, that feeling does not exist. The feeling of, oh, I'm having a good day, but. In heaven, there are no buts. In heaven, it's continual joy, praise, enjoyment, worship, fun, real fun. All of that is going on in heaven, and it keeps going and keeps going. That's one option that's available to you. And again, the only thing you have to do to get that option is to be smart enough to know that on your own you're dumb. And wise enough to know that on your own you're a fool. And you simply say, Jesus, I don't know why you're offering this to me, but my other options pale in comparison. I've tried to run things myself. That doesn't work. I've tried to do all these other things, and that doesn't work. So Jesus, I give you permission to do the deal. Do your deal in me. Forgive me of all my sin. Pick me up. Help me to follow you. So that's one option. The second option, my friends, if the only reason you accept Jesus is because you want to cover your bases and make sure you don't go to hell, that's okay too. Does everybody in here put your seatbelt on? You can open your eyes for another couple minutes. Does everybody in here put your seatbelt on? Okay? When you're driving, do you put your seatbelt on? Trust me, you don't do that just because it's the law. You know if you hit something and your head goes through the windshield, you're going to die. Preventing really bad stuff from happening is not as a wise thing. Trust me, my friends, you cannot think of anything that is worse than hell. No one can think of anything that is worse than hell. So why would you not protect against the one thing that's the worst thing out there? If you put on your seatbelt, why not protect against hell? And all you simply have to do is say, Jesus, forgive me of all my sin. I don't want to go to hell. It's totally okay to say, Jesus, I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to heaven. I want to go where you are. I want to take that water that you have offered to me, and I don't want to just know about it in my brain, but I want to actually drink it. It's just that simple, my friends. And again, I've said this a couple times, but Pascal was a guy who did some real thinking, and he said, you're wise if you protect against the worst case scenario. How many type of people have people heard the phrase worst case scenario? Worst case scenario. You're talking about, well, I want to go from here to Texas. Well, if I go this way, worst case scenario, this will happen. Right? Well, trust me, again, my friend, you cannot find a worst case scenario than hell. It is the worst case scenario. And that's exactly why we are here. That's exactly why we're talking to you guys, is because we want you to not go to hell. We want you to go to heaven. And that is available to you. So let's close in prayer, and then I'll do the questions. Lord, again, with your eyes closed, if you just want to let your hand do the praying for you, you know, it's like if you just take your hand and you just raise your hand up and say, God, I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to heaven. I want what you want me to have. I don't know all the answers, but I know one thing for sure. Doing what I've done before is not working. And this crazy Luke guy says that if I receive you, Jesus, you'll forgive me of all my sin. It's just that simple. Lord, help us to say yes to you. Help us to believe. And help us not to believe lies too. Amen.